Here's what's happening in the city of Rockville. We'll give you a look at how the city is giving back with this year's holiday drive, let you know all the ways your family can have some festive fun this holiday season, and show you what the proposed changes to Rockville's Pike might look like. This is all the latest news in the city. This is Rock 11 Now. Hello and welcome to the December episode of Rock 11 Now. I'm your host, Morgan Lash. The mayor and council joined Rockville residents, city staff, and property owners on a walking meeting along Rockville's Pike. This gave them a first-hand look at what the proposed changes to Rockville's Pike might actually look like. Rockville's mayor and council toured Rockville Pike on a walking meeting about the draft Rockville Pike plan, alongside planning staff, property owners, and Rockville residents.
The mayor and council are working with the planning staff to tour Rockville Pike. There are citizens here, there are developers here. So we are looking at the proposed Pike plan. We're actually walking it, which is very good because it gives us a better sense of what's coming to Rockville and where it's going to be and how it's going to affect the citizens of Rockville.
Those who went on the tour were able to travel up and down Rockville Pike to see what the proposed Pike plan would actually look like.
We boarded two buses and we went down, took a look at the Fleet Street extension that's proposed in the draft plan, where that's located. We got out on the Pike, looked at some existing conditions of where sidewalks are, where existing access roads are, where the buildings are located, heights of buildings, that kind of thing, pointed those out. And then we got off near the Twinbrook Metro Station and did a short walking tour, pointing out where the plan, the draft plan would put the access roads, where the buildings would be, just so people could get an idea of what's existing versus what is planned in the draft.
Mayor Bridget Newton says that this walking meeting was an important step in the planning process.
Well, I think, number one, it's a good thing to walk any property that you're talking about redeveloping, because then you get the real feel for it. But I think it was very important on the Pike because there are so many different property owners, and it's good for each of us to hear from them, to see what we're talking about and see what they're talking about as compared to what the plan actually says. And there may be some tweaks that need to be made. All in all, it's a great plan, but there may be some fine-tuning that we have to do, and listening to them and hearing from them as they stand in front of each of their properties is a great way to really understand.
For more information on the draft Rockville Pike plan, visit rockvillemd.gov/Rockville's Pike. Residents got a first look at Rockville's fiscal year 2016 budget at a mayor and council meeting on November 24th, where city staff gave a preview of the budget. City Manager Barb Matthews will develop her fiscal year 2016 budget proposal, which is to be presented on March 23rd. To view the November 24th budget preview, visit rockvillemd.gov/agenda center and select the television icon next to the meeting date. Additional budget previews are scheduled for January 5th and February 9th. For more information, visit rockvillemd.gov/budget. The mayor and council testified at a recent Board of Education meeting, making it known that Montgomery County Public School capital projects that alleviate school overcrowding in Rockville and throughout the county are Rockville's #1 legislative priority.
The council and I have made joining you and the county in advocating for increased school construction funding our #1 legislative priority.
Rockville Mayor Bridget Newton and Councilmember Julie Polakovich-Carr testified on behalf of the Rockville City Council, advocating for additional Montgomery County Public Schools construction funds that are urgently needed to address the enrollment growth in the public school system.
The mayor and council of Rockville once again made advocating for school construction funding at the state level a #1 priority. We're looking forward to working with the county and MCPS to see that we get our fair share in Annapolis, and really hoping that this year we can bring home enough money to the county to affect the change we need in our schools. We have so many clusters that are in dire need, not just Rockville, not just Richard Montgomery. Everybody needs help.
The mayor and council are advocating on behalf of Rockville citizens to improve the quality of life for students, teachers, and parents in school communities in the city and the county.
Well, the city definitely wants to be a good partner with the Board of Education and with MCPS. We realize that funding is always a constraint in terms of getting these projects done, and part of that has to do with the shortage of state funds. So we definitely want to be a willing and able partner in terms of working with MCPS and the Board of Education and the County Council and County Executive to advocate at the state level to get more funding for these school projects.
If you'd like to watch the meeting in its entirety, go online to montgomeryschoolsmaryland.org/BOE/meetings and select November 12th Facilities and Boundaries hearing. The Mayor and Council held a preliminary discussion to review the city's adequate public facility standards as they relate to school facilities at their November 17th meeting. These standards are designed to ensure that adequate public facilities are in place in time to keep up with the demands of new development. There will be a public hearing on the topic on January 5th. Discussion will continue through the month of January, and possible adoption of any proposed changes is scheduled for January 26th. As the winter season is upon us, the City of Rockville has already started preparing for the winter weather we may soon face. Rockville has had its fair share of bad weather, but this year the city will make sure it's prepared to tackle anything winter throws at it.
Well, if we have another Snowmageddon, we have a plan in place. We have standard operating procedures how we handle that. We go to 12-hour shifts. We have crews 24 hours a day here, and we're out here until we get the roads cleared. We're ready to go. We've done all the training with the guys. Routes are assigned. We have plenty of salt, and we're ready to go.
The city has 2,700 tons of salt ready to be laid down on Rockville roads. But there are also things residents can do on their own to prepare for winter weather.
Stay alert to what's going on with the weather. I know the city posts when we have snow emergencies. We encourage all residents to get their cars off the street so we can treat the roads and remove the snow from the roads so they can drive safely. If they can't get them off the roads, the ordinance is they put it on the even side of the street or on the left side of a quarter cul-de-sac that doesn't have an even and odd side. I think the big thing is we encourage people during winter storm events, unless you have to be somewhere, to stay in until we get the roads cleared. When you're out there and we have our trucks out there and we're trying to clear the roads, it slows the process down. And to be frankly, it's hazardous.
To learn more about winter weather preparedness in the city, go online to rockvillemd.gov/winterweather. Every year, the Rockville Holiday Drive provides Rockville families in need Thanksgiving dinner in November and toys and gifts in December. This year, the community came together to make sure all of Rockville could celebrate the holidays. Rockville 11's Colby Ford has a story.
Thanksgiving means different things to different people. While most of us will be at home enjoying food, family, and football, others are struggling just to get by. Rockville recently reached out to the community with its annual holiday food drive to make sure everyone has the opportunity to have a happy Thanksgiving.
Volunteers at the annual Rockville Holiday Drive distributed Thanksgiving meals to families on a cold Saturday morning at the Elwood Smith Community Center. Residents received most of the essentials to create a holiday dinner and a gift card so that they can purchase their choice of protein. We spoke to Community Service Manager Carlos Aparicio, who said that the holiday drive is a way to show support for your community.
I think that Rockville is a very generous city, that the residents, that the volunteers really do care about their community. There's a lot of community activities going on. There's a lot of people volunteering. There's a lot of people who just want to get involved to give back to the community. And for the people who are picking up, we just hope that they understand that, this is a big effort with a lot of people that really do care about them in the community.
With over 1.5 tons of canned goods collected, there was enough food to feed up to 450 families. So volunteers were not worried when the traffic began to wrap around the block as more and more people showed up. Aparicio says that the charity event was a success because folks now have a chance to celebrate the season of giving without worry.
It's one of these things where I think as a society, and not only that, but as a city, I think everybody should have the equal opportunity to be able to enjoy the holidays with their families, and this is what we're trying to do right now, is provide them that opportunity.
For Rock 11 Now, I'm Colby Ford.
This holiday season, the City of Rockville has very merry activities for the whole family. Attend the Rockville Seniors Inc. Holiday Bazaar on December 6th. Stop by the Glenview Mansion for free open houses and holiday events on December 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th. Catch a performance of the Nutcracker at the F. Scott Fitzgerald Theater on December 6th, 7th, 13th, and 14th. Or have cookies with Santa on December 20th at the Thomas Farm Community Center. For more information about all of the city's holiday happenings, go online to rockvillemd.gov/holiday happenings. Rockville joined the state of Maryland in celebrating the 150th anniversary of Emancipation Day and the end of slavery in Maryland. The Rockville 11 team stopped by the Belle Dawson house for the celebration, where we ran into some unlikely party guests from the past.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for inviting me to be here today on this momentous day in the history of Maryland and the history of the United States of America.
Abraham Lincoln made a special appearance in Rockville to help celebrate a historic day.
We are at the Belle Dawson Park in Rockville, and we are here to celebrate the 150th anniversary of the emancipation of slaves in the state of Maryland, and it's 150 years to the day.
This is an exceptionally special day for lifetime Rockville resident Warren Crutchfield.
And at this house, the Belle Dawson house, I'm a direct descendant of the slaves that lived here. I am the 5th generation of the slave of Alfred and Jane Carroll that here. So it's a very integral part of my life to be here to share what my great-great-great-great-grandfathers had to do in the building of this place here and all the slaves to build this great nation.
To learn more about emancipation in Montgomery County, check out the Montgomery County Stories Fall 2014 issue, published by the Montgomery County Historical Society. The publication will be available at your local library or at the Belle Dawson Park in Rockville. Castilla McNamara took up fencing in 2007. Now, 7 years later, she's the captain of Rocking Geriatrics, a one-of-a-kind, 3-weapon fencing team. Rocio Snowdy caught up with her to learn more about this one-of-a-kind Rockville resident.
After a doctor's diagnosis of osteoporosis, Castilla McNamara of Rockville took up fencing, and it gave her the inspiration to do something as a way to strengthen her bones, but also fuel her competitive spirit.
I saw fencing listed on the Rockville, the city recreational book, so that's how I learned about fencing. So I came here and I had a discount from the city, which was nice, and I started with beginners class. Once a week I came and I finished I think that was 11-week course for the summer. I finished that and went into intermediate, and that was just the beginning of everything.
6 months after starting a beginner's course, Castilla happened to be in the right place at the right time.
It was December. This club had a tournament, and they needed one more fencer, one warm body to make this magic 15. So they needed 15 people. I happened to walk in and, well, do you have your gear? We need one more person. Well, I do have my gear in my car. That was my first tournament, and that was fun. I couldn't win, but that was fun.
Recently, Castilla and her team, the Rocking Geriatrics, traveled to Curacao in the Caribbean and came back with 15 medals in all 3 events: foil, épée, and saber.
That was amazing. I had my deputies, I appointed my deputies because there was so much going on at the event, and I'm the one who's doing all the arguing and the negotiating, but sometimes I just cannot think, when so much is going on. So it was nice to have my deputy for foil, deputy to épée, and then deputy for saber. They would advise me, okay, well, how about if we do this way instead of that way, and that was very helpful. And then we had a team event on top of it, so The first day that was foil, so we all did individual foils. So I competed and they competed. And after that, we all got together and did the team event on the same day. We were there from 7 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. We were tired. We did well, but we were exhausted.
And if you're thinking, that looks easy, think again. I was given the opportunity to spar with one of Castilla's teammates, and it was a lot harder than it looked.
Competing, being confident when I do well, and that makes me feel good, and being able to do new moves and something new. That's exciting to me.
Her energy is contagious, as evidenced in her victory shout.
Yeah!
For Rockville 11, I'm Rosia Snowdy.
Montgomery County is the first county in the nation to enact an Energy Star benchmarking law, requiring owners of large non-residential buildings to track and report their property's energy use. Area business owners gathered at the F. Scott Fitzgerald Theater to learn more about how they may be affected by this new law. Rockville 11 covered the event in its entirety. The 2-hour program can be viewed on demand on the City of Rockville YouTube channel and will air on Channel 11 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Rockville Sister City Corporation held their annual wine tasting at the historic Glenview Mansion last month. Rockville residents stopped by to lift a glass to continued exchanges with our sister city, Pinneberg, Germany. Rockville's Sister City Corporation held a wine tasting last month at the Glenview Mansion.
We're here at the Glenview Mansion, which is one of the jewels of Rockville, and we're having our fall Sister City wine tasting, and this has been going on for about 20 years. It started when we had actually wine donated to us for free, and because it was so popular, we decided to continue it.
Over 40 people attended the wine tasting, where they ate, drank, and learned more about Rockville's Sister City Corporation.
Well, this evening, we have a variety of 6 different dinner wines from a number of countries. We have wines from Germany, wines from Italy, wines from the United States, wines from Greece, and wines from Australia.
Councilmember Virginia Onley says this wine tasting was a great chance for Rockville residents to learn more about the Rockville Sister City Corporation.
We are sister cities to Pinneberg, Germany, so we want to constantly bring awareness. It's a culture diversity, so we want to bring awareness to our sister city, Pinneberg, and we want as many people in Rockville as possible to understand that this is our mission, and we want them to be aware that the corporation exists.
For more information, go online to rocknet.org/community/sister-cities. The Rockville Senior Center came together to stay fit during the holidays and help feed those in need at this year's Rockville Senior Center Turkey Trot. Senior Center fitness staff led a mile-long turkey trot last month to help Rockville seniors get active this holiday season.
Well, we actually started this a year ago. It was our first turkey trot, and it was such a great success that we had to do it again this year. My job as the fitness supervisor, and I started trying to come up with ways to keep our seniors active during the holidays.
Besides helping seniors stay in shape, the Turkey Trot also helps Rockville families in need celebrate the holidays.
And so then we came up with the idea to actually make it a fundraiser to bring in a canned good. It's a free activity for them. We get them out walking, they get exercise, and then they actually, we help the local food bank, Manna, to stock their shelves for the holiday season.
Participants braved the cold weather in support of both fitness and charity.
It was a nice, cold, brisk day, which I love, and I think we walked about a little over a mile, and it was wonderful.
Today, the weather was a little bit colder than last year, and hopefully next year it'll be a little bit warmer, but I didn't mind the cold weather. It made me feel invigorated to get out there and walk.
To learn more about other activities and events at the Rockville Senior Center, go online to rockvillemd.gov/senior center. The Rockville 10K 5K is Montgomery County's longest-running road race. This year, people from across the county braved the cold to take part in the race. Here's the story.
Once again, 2 commands here from our racers. Take your mark and then the GO word. So without further ado, racers, take your mark, go! At the start of the 39th Rockville 10K 5K is underway.
Rockville residents laced up their sneakers for the Rockville 10K 5K, an annual race that has a long history in the community.
So this is our 39th annual 10K 5K. It's the oldest continuing race in Montgomery County, and we, the City of Rockville, Department of Recreation and Parks, the Mayor and Council, and the Montgomery County Roadrunners are the prime coordinators of the event. We also have a brand new partner this year, the Rockville Recreation and Parks Foundation, and they've been helping with sponsorships. So overall, it's a great race. We offer the 5K and the 10K, and in its 3rd year, we have the new 1 mile fun run for kids.
Mayor Bridget Newton braved the cold weather to cheer on the runners.
It is a very, very chilly, windy Sunday morning, but we've got such a crowd. There's over 1,200 runners today. It's just another example of what the community does, and the support of the King Farm community, the support of all of our sponsors. The Rockville Foundation, Recreation Foundation, is a supporter this year for the first time. And, you know, all this money goes to help children participate in our programs and enjoy some of the activities that they like to do. So it's just a wonderful community event.
Kevin Yates was this year's 5K race winner.
It's a great race. It's a very fast course, and it's right here in Rockville, so it's local, so it's just a great race all around. And it's also nice because there are a lot of kids here. A lot of elementary schools participate as well. My son is running the race, so it's just a really great community event.
For the full results of the 2014 Rockville 10K 5K, go online to mcrrc.org/2014. The City of Rockville welcomes Sydney Katz as the District 3 Council member on the Montgomery County Council. Sydney Katz is a lifelong resident of Montgomery County and has served as mayor of Gaithersburg since 1998. We wish him all the best in his term of office and look forward to seeing his impact on Montgomery County. That's all the time we have for this month's edition of Rock 11 Now. I'm your host, Morgan Lash. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter @Rockville11, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for exclusive web content. On behalf of the entire team here at Rockville 11, thanks for watching.